This is American Falls by Lancyboi. It's 427.01 megabytes to download. Now this does require 2 mods for you to download to be able to play the map. It doesn't state that on the Mod Hub website, but it did throw up a warning for me. It should do for you guys. I already had one of them downloaded, but I just downloaded the other one. And again, if you try and load into a map and you need the required mods, it will throw up another warning. So it's all pretty straightforward. If you're doing something wrong, it will tell you. But those 2 mods are the Pickup Header Pack by BC Bueller and American Fermenting Silos by Vertex Design. Now the description there is a little bit long, but it's worth reading because it's a little story about why you are here in American Falls. So quite a nice touch there from Lancyboi. If we scroll on down further, we've got some of the features on the map. I'll just pick a couple of them out so that you know kind of what's going on. It says the field floods and the riverbank floods as well, which is cool. There's 4 custom crops on here: alfalfa, rye, flax and clover. The soybeans grow in rows, which is cool. 12 custom farm placeables by Lancyboi himself, which is cool. He does some really nice mods. There's alfalfa silage clamps added, which we'll be checking out as well. Oxygen day with custom lighting. There's 50 fields, 4 forestry area, seasoned visuals, collectibles on here. It does say at the bottom, if you can just about see it, it says all land purchased before using animals and farm areas. So basically you need to own the land to use any of the animal pens or sheds. Right, let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes. This is the map, guys. Have to say, really like this map actually. Very cool. It's finally here for us console players. So there is a couple of things on here though that I think may have just been PC only, but I'll sort of show you those as we go around, but you'll see what I mean hopefully. But yeah, this is the map. We actually start off up here. And in new farmer mode, we start off with those plots of land. We don't actually own any fields to start with, but if you have read the sort of little story in the description, you'll probably know the reason why. So all these areas that we do own, they are all linked. So that is one plot. It's highlighted 76 there. It's got a value of 0. Because if you come on here and farm manage and start from scratch, you don't start off with any land at all, even these bits. But they've mainly got placeables and sell points on, so I don't think a lot of it you're going to really get a lot of use out of. There is a few areas, take this plot for instance, where there's a couple of sheds on. You can buy it, it's only just over 50 grand. But those sheds are decorative, you can't even sell them. So you can't go in and we can't sell them, which is a little bit disappointing. And there is one of those plots just down here, which we'll see when we get down there. So yeah, a couple of little things. And also this plot here we can buy for just under 50 grand. And I'm wondering if that plot there is something to do with the PC version, but it is not available for console players. But again, you'll see as we go round. Now in terms of the plots of land, it does vary. We've got some quite pricey plots, so like here 1.4 million. I think this guy's 1.4 as well. Got some really small areas, 38 grand just over. And then, you know, plots like this, 24 grand. Areas with trees on, 417,600, etc. like that. So there we go. There is areas you can buy that have just got sheds and possibly a silo on. There's also 3 animal farms which we will be buying. I'll add in some money and we'll go through that as we go. Now crop types on the right, if I push right, as you can see we've got flax, rye, alfalfa and clover, so that's good that they've been added in. I think it's only flax that is showing as growing at the moment. So yeah, that's the only one that's growing at the moment on the map. Now if we stay in this menu and scroll up, there is 100 collectibles. They are the wooden toys. We don't start off with any productions. There is contracts available on the other fields. We don't have any animal pens yet. we'll talk about that as we go round. All we start off with is a lizard pickup, which again you'll see in a second. Now into the prices menu, if we scroll down towards the bottom, we've got a couple of extra products. So your base game would end at stones here. We've got flax, straw, and then flax, so you can get straw off of your crop of flax, which is cool. We've got alfalfa fermented. So like it said in the description, we've got some bunker silos scattered around the map. You can also place them down and you can put alfalfa in there. Now I did try to cut grass and put normal grass in there like you would a normal bunker silo, but it wouldn't allow me to do it, so I presume it is purely just for alfalfa. I wasn't able to test the standard bunker silos to see whether alfalfa would be accepted in there, but I'm assuming it probably isn't. So that is basically just going to be like your silage, alfalfa fermented. We've got alfalfa itself, alfalfa hay, because that's a grass type, we can ted that and turn it into hay. There's rye, and then we have compost as well, which we can buy from Better Earth Products. I'll talk about that in a second when we get into the equipment. This canola had me baffled. I was thinking maybe it meant canola straw, because we have soybean straw here, so you can get straw off of your soybeans, which is cool. But I did test it, harvested the canola, and it wouldn't come up with any straw swath, so I'm not quite sure why that canola's down there. If someone knows, please let me know. And then we've got clover windrow, or clover hay windrow. So basically it's just clover standard, or again you can make hay from it by tedding it. So pretty cool, we've got those options. Your crop calendar is there. If we scroll down, we then have those 4 custom crops with your planting and harvesting windows like so, which is cool. And then we're back to that menu. So like I say, we will add in some money in a second and we'll go through the places that we need to buy. Right, we'll do mods and slot counts, and then I will cut to that and we'll get cracking. So we'll do mods first. Not a huge amount on here. We'll get let's get out onto this big field. So in sheds, we've got quite a few custom built sheds by Lancyboi, which are pretty cool. A lot of them are around the map already, so that's nice. In silos, so this is one of the bunker silos. Now it does say bottom right there, a bunker silo can be filled with chaff, grass or hay. I placed one of these down because this is the modded one in for the map. If you look underneath the price of it, it says American Falls and then mod in brackets. This will only accept alfalfa, so be careful placing them down. We've got a Farmer 400 and then some other silos, this flat bottom bin and Nico dryer that holds over 5 million litres. And then we have these fermenting silos, which is part of one of the required mods. You'll see these, there's one small one on each of the animal farms, so we will talk about those in a second as well. So that's in silos. If we go into tools, we've got this garage that's got a workshop in there. Again, that is on the map somewhere. And then if we go into productions and factories, we do have this seed production. Now it just looks like a big bag of seed, but if we do that, it is a proper building. That's already on the map, so we'll see that in a second as well. We'll be buying that so you can see how that sort of works. And then if we go into greenhouses like so, we do have a large greenhouse modded in. I actually, and I've only just remembered this, I forgot to test that to see whether the cycles per month are faster, because other than that there's no difference as far as I can tell. I expect they are a little bit faster than standard. And then I think that is it for the mods. If we go into landscaping and painting, our textures we've got are animal mud, asphalt, dirt, forest ground, grass, gravel, gravel again, another gravel, and then an asphalt. There is nothing in trees, but if we go into plants and all the way to the end, we have these 4 paintable textures which are going to create fields for us, which is good. I like that. So you can either have a cultivated one, a ploughed one, a stubble tillaged one, or the ridged one, which is going to be like your potato wedges. I was going to say wedges, ridges. So it's good that we've got those options to create fields if we wish to. That is the mods. So slot counts. First of all, we'll do new farmer mode and equipment. You do start off with this pickup in all 3 modes, but in new farmer mode the slot count is 1331. Now if you sold that pickup you would get 6 slots back. So there you go. In farm manager and start from scratch, like I say, you start off with this pickup. You do start off at this same point here. It is 1001, and the reason why it's quite a bit different, if you load into here, there is no sheds at all on the map. So all the farms and the animal areas you can buy, there is no sheds on them, and the only animal pen that is there on the map is the cows. So we do have sheep, pigs and chickens on here as well as cows, but those animal pens aren't showing on here, so they're not there. And as you just saw, there is no mods for those. So I would definitely start a new farmer mode if you wanted to come on here to get the best out of the map, and I highly recommend that you do not sell any of the animal pens. It does say that on the description, because if you sell them you're not going to be able to get them back because they're not modded into the map. So just something to note there. Now we will add in some money, I think, and then we'll get cracking. I think that's all I need to tell you. Yeah, so bear with me a sec. Right, so quite a bit of money now we've got, so I'm going to buy these plots with you so that you can see where things show up. So 25 is the first one. If I buy that, we've got a lot of greenhouses just there. 40 is another one. If I buy that, that is actually our BGA. Now that is now a production for us. So there's the greenhouses and there's the BGA, like so. And I think it does look like the cycles are a little bit quicker on those greenhouses, looking at those. Also we need to buy, so that was there, so if we buy 24, that's 164 grand, just over. That is actually our sheep farm. So the fermenting silo was showing there. Now just because you've bought this plot, it doesn't mean you own that fermenting silo. You will still need to buy that as a separate production, but we'll do that when we come to the first one. So I didn't show you the prices, did I? So 29.5 grand for the greenhouses. BGA is only just over 130 grand, which is pretty good, so not too bad at all. Plot 28, which is there. So at the minute we do have small petrol tank and a water tank on there. If I do that, that then adds a barn garage, so it's giving us access to the workshops. We will be able to use that. There's a lot of sheds on here, and there's also a silo, which is good. I also didn't test those silos to see if they're multi-fruit, so apologies again for that. Plot 71 we're going to buy. At the minute there's a fermenting silo and a small petrol tank. This is the pig and chicken farm. 250 grand, just over. So now we've got pigs there showing up, and also chickens. Awesome. We also now need to buy 42. Where is 42? There it is. So again, nothing showing on there, but if we buy that for 219 grand, that puts a silo on there. There's also sheds there as well, but you'll see all that. And I have to buy these things so that you can see them where they are working. 56, hopefully not as bad as last time. Up there again, fermenting silo, water tank. And if you haven't guessed already, this is actually the cow farm for 293 grand, just over. So it puts on that silo and also the cow barn. This is the only animal farm that comes with a field as well, which is quite interesting. So there we go. And then one more plot, which is 74, which is down here. Now all the productions are on the map, and as you can see, some of the plots is the ones that we own, like there for instance, but it doesn't mean that we own the dairy, it just means we own that plot of land. So again with this plot here, if we were to buy that for 21 grand, doesn't mean we own the carpentry, but there is an exception over here. If we buy plot 74 for just over 60 grand, that appears, and that is the grain mill. And if we go up to our productions, we have got the grain mill. So the grain mill is a slight exception. We do buy the plot of land, you do own the grain mill. I think that's all the plots that we need to buy, guys, so hope you stayed with me for that. And we are going to tour around. We're going to kind of go like that, come back on ourselves, we'll come down, do this, and it will be like a loop around, and we'll end up over here, I think, so just across the road from where we start, hopefully pretty quick. Right, sleep trigger there, like so. So this is the sort of little area you start off in, like the story says. So we're going to jump in our pickup and head on out. Right in front of us we've got the spinnery, so the usual sort of setup for that. Do I go under a cool bridge? Now there is a train on this map. If I go up in the air, the train track, oh, there's a collectible. Train track is there. It doesn't do anything, it's just decorative, but it will run across. I did see it earlier. So there's no sell point or anything like that for the train. It is what it is. That is the cow farm, but we will be coming back to that in a second. We're going to head on up here first and go to the pigs and chickens. So just in here. Now, although there isn't a farmhouse on some of the animal farms, there is decorative ones, so you could put down a sleep trigger mat or things like that, so you could start off like that if you wanted to. But into here, I'm going to stop about there. We do have some shed space, so these are kind of like grain storage, or you can put anything in there. I thought they might be little silage clamps, but they're not. We've got a small petrol tank that will hold up to 5,000 litres. It is empty. And then this is our pig pasture, so we do have gates. I will probably just jump over them. Dialogue box there, 200 pigs. They are going to roam all through and around here, which is pretty cool. Your feed trigger is just there. Now they do have manure triggers, the pigs and the cows, and you can collect it here. So if I back away, if you look at the field info bottom right, I'll get nearer, it says manure heap, so you can collect your manure from there. So we'll need to drive in. And if I jump the fence here, we've got our slurry collection point there with the little pipe sticking out, which is pretty cool. Right, moving on. Plenty of room on this farm, lots of cool custom sheds, as you can see, and just like that. And then we do have one of these bunker silos here. Now I haven't got my help menu on, I'm going to turn that on. As you can see on the left it says alfalfa hay, so this is purely alfalfa, this one. You can't put your grass in there, it certainly didn't let me do that. Might as well leave the help menu on now, keep going in and out of menus. So this is one of those fermenting silos. We do have plain ones, I think the plain ones are on the map, and there is small, medium, large of each. There's also ones with the Canadian flag and the American flag on them, which is pretty cool. That is going to set you back 60 grand, but if you buy it, you can put chaff in, hay or grass, it's like for like, and you can produce silage. So pretty cool. So you will unload your products there and you will collect your silage out of there. So I won't show you all the others, but they are on the 3 animal farms, and like I say, you will need to buy them. Just because you buy the plot of land doesn't mean anything. Right, and then just here, this is just all decorative, we can't go in it, but this is our chicken pasture. This will hold 30 chickens. They will roam all around here, free range. Your feed trough is just there, and your eggs are going to appear just there. Moving on, you can sell off these fences here. It did allow me to get rid of those without owning the land. which is pretty cool. And we'll get back out onto this main road like so, and then we need to go into here. We've got a couple of sale points in here. So this first one at the front, this is the bales selling station, so obviously selling your bales. Around the back we do have another one which is just there, that's American crops. And then round the back of here we've got the animal dealer for your livestock, which is just there like so. Back out onto the road and we'll head across and we'll go back to the cow farm. Most of the farms, oh sorry dear, most of the farms do have a decent amount of sheds on them. This has got a few entrance and exits. So first one just here, I won't show you all the sheds, but obviously once you've bought the land you can use them all. We can turn the lights on most of them by doing that. But yeah, if you come on here in Farm Manager, all these sheds now that you're going to see on this farm, they're not there. The actual cow barn is though, so just be careful. More sheds. We've got the water tower just there. What I'll do is I'll run through here and start again. Feed and straw trigger just through the middle. We do have the dialogue box here. This will hold 200 cows. We can go in and out the gates. And again, field info alert. This is where you're going to get your manure from, just by that icon. Now your cows are kind of split when you buy them. Some will appear here. They will also go up round in there and a few in there. And they will also appear over this side of the road, because there is a little bit that goes through, which is quite cool. And some will appear here when you buy them, so if you're wondering why you haven't got many out over there, they will come through here. And you can open all these gates. We've got more sheds there as well, which is awesome. And there's water there, like I said. Obviously that will charge you because it's a base game one, but you can get water, I think, from some of the water areas on the map. This is where you're going to get your milk from, and your slurry. We've got a huge slurry pit over here, so you're going to collect your slurry from there. Right, over here, this farm does have one of each. So help menu, this is for your chaff, so you can put your grass in there. So I tested it on this one, it wouldn't let me put grass in there, it wasn't even coming up with an unload option, but it did allow me to do that. And this one says alfalfa. And then if we scoot round, we've got another one of the fermenting silos there, some more sheds, and then we've got this great big thing which is your silo. Now it does say Nico dryer, but I don't think it does anything else other than be a silo. But you can open and close this hatch, which is cool. And then obviously you're going to need an auger by the look of it to get it out of there, but as far as I can tell it doesn't do anything else apart from store your crops. But again, I could be wrong, unless of course that was PC products sort of thing. Oh, sorry there. But it's got some really cool features. So there's a bit of water there, you might be able to pinch a bit of water from there. Head on down, and go into here. We do have a fuel station just over there. Now I quite like this, and again this could have been PC, because I know on FS19 Lancyboi American Life Farming, which I loved that map, they had anhydrous for PC, and I think you might have had it for PC as well. But I like the fact it says warning, out of order, because we can't do that on console, which is a bit of a shame. But at least he's pointed it out, which is pretty cool. So just there, that is a sale point. That is Harris Garage. over this side we do have Falls Clothing Warehouse, where you can sell wool, fabric and a couple of other things. I think you can sell furniture there as well, which is a bit random. And just here is We Buy Anything. So that's a sell point which will buy pretty much anything, as it says. Right, I'm going to quick check of the map so that I can get my bearings as well. So we started off up here like so, and we come down this main road. So we've done all this. We are going to come out and we're going to do all this as well and move along. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much okay. So this is the area I was talking about. You start off owning a new farmer mode, but if I go up into that mode, you can't get rid of these sheds, even going into demolish mode. So they are purely decorative, but I just thought you might have been able to delete them and use that area as something else. And this building is such a cool looking building, which again I think Lancyboi produced it himself, built it himself. I think that was something to do with PC. I'm trying to remember watching our good buddy Bruce's gaming tour when it come out on PC, and I'm sure that was something like a production or something like that. I could be wrong, but I swear there was something about that building. Anyway, just in here we do have, what have we got here? We got Falls Logging Services, so you can sell wood or wood chips here. So pull in here, you can sell those there. The trigger for selling the wood is actually around the front, just there. If we scoot across the road, we do have another sell point through here, and this is Falls Grain. And talking of grain, if we go across the road here, this is the grain mill, which we now own because we bought that plot of land. So standard thing, tip in there, pallets there, manage your production just there. And then almost next door to there, in here, this is going to be the seed production. So we need to tip in all your required products there. Your pallets will spawn here, and then to buy this, it's going to cost you 96 grand. And if we check that out, we can basically produce seed, obviously, but you're going to need solid fertilizer and manure for every single recipe, and then obviously the main ingredients, so wheat, barley, oat, canola, soybean, maize, which is obviously corn, or sorghum. So you tip in them plus those two products and you can produce seeds if you wish to. So that's a cool little production there. Well, it's not little, it's quite big. We will move on across the railroad track, and in here is our store or shop. This is also your reset point. We've got a workshop trigger there, and just there is your shop menu. Got an old tractor there, so it can get a little bit tight here with some machinery. I hired a harvester and the header was quite close to the building there, but I did manage to do it. And that sign there lights up at night, which is pretty awesome. And also, like it said in the description, when you start off in here, because you're in August and it's already 8 o'clock, this shop opens at 9, but then after that every month it will open at 8 AM till 5, I think it was. It does have the times up on that little sign, but obviously the barriers are up now, so I can't actually look at them. So pretty cool that it does that. So we'll carry on down here and check these out as well. Just need to every now and then on some maps check where we are so I can get my bearings. This is quite a huge area on the left. This is a sale point. So just in here, this is agro grain. Across the road in there is carpentry. And in here is one of the areas which we can buy, which opens up that silo and also gives us access to this shed. Now if I come up to here, I can't open this shed door. That is a huge door, but we go in this little door here. Look at that. Wow. I'll go up to that from this side, open gate. How cool is that? And the sound effects as well. You can shut it from this side though, or just inside, it doesn't really matter. But there you go, that's that area which we can buy. Opposite we've got the dairy. Again, it's been made to look like a really big place. You just place down a few of the dairies, so your pallets will appear there, unload just there, and manage your production just there. And then out the back here we've got the Johnson's Farmer Market sale point, which is just there. Right, we are going to go north now, do that area, and then kind of work our way down to where we sort of spawned in, which is pretty cool. There is a couple of places I need to remember to stop at because there is some sheds. So there's a lot of sort of random residential houses. If you wanted to start off chucking a sleep trigger down, that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, just in here again there is a house here, and there's also a lot of sheds here like so. Most of them are open, but these guys here, obviously once you own the land, in fact I haven't bought that land, have I? I missed that one, 26. I haven't written that one down, that's why. If I do that, obviously nothing appears, but I can now open that shed door. So quite glad I done that actually, so you get to see what actually happens if you don't own the land. Okay, let's carry on up. Slow down, where are you going? You're going there. I love all the water though, it looks really cool. Nice sound effects to it as well, it's pretty smart. And we've got our sawmill, so you're going to sell your wood just there with the icon. That's where you can buy the production. Out the back there is where you're going to get your wood chips as a byproduct, and your planks will spawn there. We do have another fuel station just there. And then we're going to head into the sheep farm. So I'll jump out here, got some sheds here, and this is our sheep pen. So pretty cool, nice customized one as well. This will hold 300 sheep. They will run all in round there. They're going to need water like so, and then your wool will spawn there. Actually I've just realised, oh there's the feed trigger there, awesome. I didn't notice that earlier, that's pretty cool. Nice little trough there, I like that. And then again you can see lots of huge sheds, most of them already open anyway, they haven't got doors on, and another one of these big fermenting silos, etc. So that is our sheep farm. I will actually just show you what happens. So if I come up into landscaping mode, it does highlight, as you can see, all the sheds like so. If I do that, if I click on that normally, sorry, with the right thumbstick, it doesn't do anything, but if I come over to demolish, it will let me get rid of that for nothing. Oh, it's actually left them behind. Brilliant. When I did that with the cows earlier, I actually got rid of that. Oh well, that wasn't worth it really, was it? On the right is one of the areas with the two sheds in as well, like these guys. You can buy that plot of land, but why would you want to buy it if you can't do anything with it? You can't sell off those sheds, so not quite sure why that's available to buy. If we go into here, just at this spot, this is a buy point, and this is Better Earth products. You can buy seeds, solid fertilizer, manure, lime and compost. I didn't mention the compost, so you can buy compost here. Now if you want to use that, and I remember this on American Life Farming on FS19 as well, if we go to manure spreaders, as you can see, we've got an extra icon there. That is our compost. So you can put compost in manure spreaders and use that as a fertilizer on your field. So that's pretty good. I like that. Nice touch. And round the back, we've got another sale point. This is Falls Garden Centre. I've only got a few places left to visit, guys. So I appreciate you still sticking with me. This is all the greenhouses, lots of. Obviously you can sell them once you own the land, and we do own all of those, so pretty cool. We're going to head down here. Cool little bridges leading over to fields. In here we've got our BGA, like so. So we've got a way station. We do have a methane point here. Now it does say in the prices menu, look, the methane and electric we can actually buy from here, which is pretty good. I can't even remember where it will be. There we go. So you can buy that, by the look of it, from those points. So if you're running tractors that require that, there you go. And that's the electric point. Got a bunker silo, that's just standard chaff, that one. And then we can go up here as well. So there's your BGA. And we'll carry on down. All we've got left to visit is another sort of farm area, which has just got a load of sheds on. I think there's a silo as well on this guy. And a water point and a fuel point. So lots of sheds, as you can see, and we have got access to them because we have bought the land. I think this is the one with the workshop built in on the end just there, so that's pretty nice. Good mod. And there you go, that's pretty much it, guys. Lots of shed, fuel point, and then a silo there. We have done the map. So like I said, we started off at that little house, we came across, we did all this, we came down, we did all this, across, all the way up, we did all this, and we came down. We were literally just across the road from where we spawned in. So that is American Falls by Lancyboi. Pretty cool map. Please let me know your thoughts. I hope you have enjoyed the tour and you stay with me, guys. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That'd be fantastic. And don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been FarmSim Snowy. Stay frosty.